Okay, yes, I'm back. Hello, I am Sharontel Durscale, celebrity publicist, motivational speaker, and number one international best-selling author of the number one habit series for entrepreneurial success. And today, I am looking forward to an amazing hour of conversation. Thank you guys for coming back. I really, really appreciate it. I am super excited. You know what's so funny? I have to make sure if you ever watch any of my conversations, I have to make sure that I have my coffee. I cannot do my conversations without my coffee. It's like my grandma in spirit, literally. I am so happy. Okay, we're back. Yes. So we're going to bring on our guest here. Yay, yay, yay. I know he's like, where is she going? Da, da, da. There we go. Thank you. Oh my God, look at your background. Oh, fun, fun, fun. I know he's like, where's she going? I cannot do my conversations without this, okay? I have to do it. We're all set and ready. I think everybody is ready for me. Yes, they're ready for us. This is
Ready.
this is Martin Luther King Jr. Day, right? And I was like, I know he was like, you're gonna do it on that day. I said, what better day to do it? Absolutely. We
Happy MLK Day.
Yes, we are here on Happy MLK Day. So before we get started, let's just give an honor to him. Yeah, let me see if I can remember to. Ooh, there we go. Read that. Yes, we need more leaders. Yes, we do. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to read it without we are it says, but I can't even see it because it's like it's over on the side there. Not in publicity, but in love with humanity. So yeah, with when leaders, if leaders are doing things for financial gain, you will always sacrifice the people. Always, 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 right? It's oh goodness. So I want to definitely, give honor to Martin Luther King Jr. for all the amazing movement that he did. My grandmother raised me, so I heard all about it. Yes, that's all I heard about because she went through a lot, the picking the cotton, the racism, and all of that. So I definitely heard of that. So I am just grateful to be here.
Yeah.
How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. I got up and I went and did my workout. So, I was working on my fitness.
Hey, that's what's up. I love working out, so I know how that feels. That's my
Yeah.
stress reliever. That's my way of just turning off the world, and it's just me and my music and letting the muscles and the air just flow. Hey, yeah, right?
My friend Keith and I, we go and get our workout on. And it's interesting because whenever they talk about COVID, especially with Black people, that we're vitamin D deficient. So getting out there and get that vitamin D coming in from the sun, get some fresh air. And,
Yes.
and we go right up here in View Park, here in LA, for those who don't know, which is kind of like, the Black Beverly Hills. And it's so great because you're seeing all these Black and brown folks out there working out, walking, running around the track, they're pushing the babies in strollers or walking the dogs. We're over in the corner doing like, yeah, one more thing.
Just one more. That is too funny. Oh goodness. And you guys have had good weather, huh? Because I'm here in Connecticut.
Yeah, oh, you're in Connecticut?
Yeah.
It's like 75 degrees here.
I mean, oh, it said take your vitamin D3 too. I took my vitamin D today too. I did too, Glenville. I took my vitamin. Do you take vitamin D?
I take like this multivitamin pack that has all
Oh,
the
it
good
got
stuff
all this
in it.
stuff. Okay,
Mhm.
okay.
Let me get all that. I want all that.
Wow. So let me tell you a little bit about what this is. Choose Your Path, literally, I started to begin of the summer when I realized that everything started to cancel, right? Like all my events that I was booked for or whatever, like my whole life, in the career aspect. was canceled. And I was like, I was kind of devastated a little bit because I didn't know what that was. I thought it was only going to be 2 weeks and then we were going to be out, but it didn't work that way. And so I said, what do I do? So I got this idea to just come on Instagram Live, because I never really came live, right? Come on live and just have some conversations with my friends. Check in. Hey, check. 1, 2, 3, and see how they're doing. And maybe through our conversations, we can inspire someone else and see how everyone else in the world is doing. And then it actually turned into a thing, because we were still in. So I was like, oh, okay, well, let me reach out to, I'm inspired by this person, so let me have a conversation. So basically, this is what this is going to be. You want to hang around with me for the next hour? We're just going to have amazing conversation where we're just going to, if you flow with me, I'm going to probably talk from you as an actor, you as a dancer, you as martial artist. What did you eat for breakfast? Like, we're just gonna like have an amazing hour of conversation. Because what I know about conversations is conversations can motivate, conversations can inspire, conversations can disrupt the mindset of maybe the way someone was thinking. Maybe they feel like they want to give up. Maybe they feel like they're in the process and they just is like, I can't do it. But then they may hear something you or I may say, something along that on our journey that we went through that maybe inspired them. Because I really believe that at this time, you know, external events are happening. We can't really control that, right? It's already, it's there, it's done. But what we can do is control how we're looking at it and how we're dealing with it, because that's going to control the outcome. Right? So let's do it. So who are we talking to today? We're talking to Parnell Damone Marcano. Tell me, I don't know, I want to say, tell me a little bit about yourself, but tell me let's start with where you're from.
Okay.
Let's start there.
We'll start at the very beginning.
Right, exactly. Let's go back. At least, you know, sometimes we got to know where we come from to see where we're going. So tell me where you're from.
I'm originally from Denver, Colorado. I grew up in a neighborhood of the suburbs, Montbello. Out in Denver.
No way. Oh my goodness. I recently went to Colorado about my brother got married in Vail, Colorado. But me and my daughter, we flew in from New York to Denver and we did this road trip thing. You know, I was like, I'm going to drive from Denver to Vail so we can stop and look around. And I'm never doing that again. Those mountains was real. I said, what is this? My stomach was like, this is not a good idea. Like, I'm looking over and people were blowing at me and I'm like, oh my God, I just want to get there. And all in my head, my daughter's like, oh my God, can we stop and get pictures? So we get out and I'm feeling like this and I'm like, what is this? Yeah.
It was the altitude.
It was the altitude. Yeah. So how was it? How was it growing up there?
I loved it. I tell everybody when they ask about Denver, I'm like, Denver is a great place to grow up, to raise a family. You know, I have lots of friends still from elementary school that we're still in touch with one another. You know, that's the great thing about social media, is you can still keep in touch with people that you don't necessarily physically see in person.
That's true.
We can still, check in. Like, okay, happy birthday. Oh my God, I can't believe this. Your kids are all grown up and they got kids. They're all
right, exactly. Exactly.
Like a lot of people who just think, are there Black people in Denver? Like, yes.
Yeah.
And they have running water and, you know, and electricity too. But Montbello, the neighborhood that we grew up in, was primarily Black and Mexican. We had some white folks and Asian folks thrown up in there, but it was predominantly that's who was making up Montbello. So our high school was predominantly Black and Mexican. My particular block where I grew up in was like the United Nations, you know, with the Black family, white family, Black family, white family, Asian family, you know, Black family, Mexican family, Black family, Mexican family. You know, from elementary school through high school, we all walked to school together. You know, so we grew up with this whole very much like we are the world mentality of who our friends and stuff were.
And it's like, do you remember the times? Like, she's
Yeah,
like, cleanest
exactly.
alleys I've ever seen. Yes. When I was in Denver, when I was in Colorado, just period, and all the places that I went, I was like, this is the cleanest I have ever seen the streets. I don't even think I've seen a piece of paper. I'm like,
Wow.
wow. Yeah. Vail, Colorado is beautiful. Absolutely. Wow. That is so. I'm originally from Cleveland, Ohio. And yeah, I'm originally from Cleveland, Ohio. So my upbringing was a little bit different, but it all was relevant to get us to this point today.
Yes.
When did you what came first? Because I want to say like what came first, because you have so many beautiful creative aspects of you. What came first?
Gosh, it's so hard. I would have to say singing.
Singing.
Singing first. Yeah, that was the very first thing. Even though I would really kind of only sing around certain people, but I would, well, and then dance was a close second.
Okay.
'Cause I would be too shy to sing in front of people, but I would dance, you know. And my sister Michelle and I used to enter us in like little talent show contests at school and everything. And it's so funny because all from elementary school through high school, okay, Michelle, we're gonna do the dance, and we would choreograph something at home, and we were into the talent show. And then when I started dancing, taking classes in high school, I would, that's my cousin, Jamie.
Oh
He sang
yeah.
at the same
Oh, she
up
giving us
there.
she pulling out I got the photo album. You want to see it? Bring it here. Bring it here. Yep, he sang. It's right here. Oh, I was wondering. I was like, how she know that?
Yeah,
Oh, we got
that's my
family in the house.
cousin.
Hey, family.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
Jamie
my cousin
Berry
who used to babysit my cousin niece McBride when we were old. She's like, yeah, I never minded you guys. You guys were never bad, but you would just entertain me to death.
That was the entertainment. So you already knew. It was
I already
there.
knew.
It was
Okay,
there.
we gonna do this dance. Okay, watch, we're gonna do this dance. And we would do. She's like,
That is too funny. My grandmother, she used to like play the albums of Aretha Franklin. You can't tell me I was not Aretha Franklin. Like I was ready. I was always ready to get on the microphone and sing. But for me, I started out my career in healthcare. I wanted to be a doctor. And yeah, you can't tell me I was not going to be a doctor. I wanted to be a doctor. So my last year of pre-med, my daughter's father was murdered. And it just took me way off the path. Talk about choose your path. I totally got sideswiped by that. And I just decided to not do it, not pursue it. Because when you think about medicine, it takes so much time and focus that there was just no way. But it's a good thing though. Sometimes when we go through pain, it really gives us an introduction to ourselves. It gives us some of that strength that we need so that we can persevere. Tell me something maybe that in your life that you felt that, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to get through this. But somehow you were able to persevere. If you could share a moment.
I kind of knock on wood that I didn't have any traumatic experiences like that
Let's knock on wood.
until adulthood.
Okay.
And it's kind of like, so when people talk about, stuff that happened in the hood and, my friend got shot, I'm just like, not that long.
Right. And that's the beautiful thing about these conversations, because we come from so many different colorful backgrounds, and I get to share. That's why these conversations, it's going to be me asking you questions, but best believe Chantel is going to be talking a little bit about herself too, because that's conversations. We're having dialogue, whatever that is, two people. So I wanted, so tell me later on in life, let's fast forward a little bit on the path. He said you don't know the hood. Exactly. You don't know nothing about the hood.
Well, the funny thing about it is our parents grew up in East St. Louis. And East St. Louis can be,
okay.
It can be a little rough, And so my cousins, we always tell everybody, said, it's not our fault. We come by it honestly. Our parents are from the hood. So if you get on that wrong side of us. It's like it's in our
It's
genetics.
there.
Sorry.
It's in the
I
DNA.
didn't mean to. I didn't mean to snap the back off of you, but it was just instinct, right?
Right. No, that's true. But go back. Tell me, because it does, it doesn't matter really where we come from. We've all experienced some sort of emotion at some point. They're all relevant. So let's go back to the pain.
Yes. Okay. For me, I think the as an adult, in the early '90s, as a young Black gay man, seeing so many friends die. That was the pain. Like, because you kind of hear about it, and then when you're in the midst of it, and these are your friends that are dying. I'm listening to what Jamie said. Yeah, my family didn't live the hood life, but cut you with their tongue and a heartbeat. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. That mouth. People like I said, my heart is wonderful, but this mouth. Ew.
You're like,
Okay. Right.
Okay. Okay.
That was the real thing of just like of getting as a guest of going to the memorial services and the funerals and and visiting people in the hospital. And it got to a point that I wouldn't go to the hospices anymore because this like sixth sense would peep in. It was like going, this is the last time I'm going to see him alive. And so I'm like, I can't do that. And so I just would stop going. I'd hear about it, like I'll see you at the funeral, or we'll be at the memorial service, or we'll go help so and so, clean out their apartment, that sort of thing. And at the time, I was working for the Minority AIDS Project as a health educator. And there's our medical thing. We got it.
We got it. There it is.
And I would used to go out to the prisons and educate the prisoners about how to, protect themselves against HIV. I would go to rehab centers and talk to people there, and women's centers. And we would just go all over the place. We got involved in needle exchange, trying to keep some of those who were shooting up to use clean needles, because that was a main source of transmission. And for a little boy from the suburbs to be 10 feet away from where people who just got their fresh needles are now shooting up in their neck, I hadn't seen nothing like that before.
Culture shock.
But I got my street education by educating people about HIV and being out in the streets and go like, oh, okay, I'm in the projects. I had some cousins who lived in the projects, but I had never really spent time there in that rough part of the projects, where it's like, no, there are gangs here.
There really exists. Yeah.
Inside it's like, oh my God. But the outside is like, yo, what's up? Yeah, what's up? All right, yeah, come on, get these condoms.
Yeah. Okay. Stay safe.
That street sleep thing, but that's not my thing. But I learned so much. And I grew so much from that experience. And even going through, like a lot of us who are still here, having a little bit of having to work through survivor's guilt.
Wow.
How am I, and I said, because I was a big old hoe too. How am I
still yeah, right. Like, am I okay?
Here. And so that is my thing of like, one reason why, as I started acting professionally, that I wanted to be out about my sexuality. Wasn't trying to cause scandal or anything like that, but I knew that there were young men and women behind me who needed to see that it's okay to be you. It is really okay to embrace all of who you are.
Say it again.
Yes, exactly. Like there were so many friends that just we lost a generation. So somebody needed to step in and go like, yo, we're still here. We're still here. We're still thriving forward.
You're like, look at me.
Yeah, look at me. I'm here. To see, at the time when I first started, there were so many people who I knew were gay. We knew each other. People kept saying, oh, you can't tell anybody, it'll ruin your career. Don't think, but I look at folks and I see like Billy Porter, who was out in the entire pose, entire cast pose, J. August Richards, who came out. Now we got all these Black men who are just like, yes, me too.
They're fabulous.
only the gay.
Yes. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You know, and you take the risk that yes, there are some people who are not going to want to work with you, who are not going to hire you because they're issues, but there are so many others who are just like either just like yes, that's what I want a black gay man to tell this black gay story or to play this character, whatever, or just like I'm not even worried about that. That's not a concern. Can you do the job? That is my most important thing. Can you show up on set on time, prepared, and make this happen?
And that's what matters.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what
the
really
thing.
matters. And that's the thing. When I go and talk to the kids at the schools before COVID,
Mhm.
my title of my talk, I don't want to say my speech, because let me tell you, my brain don't work that way. I can't remember things like that. But the title would be "You Are Enough," because me growing up in school was such a bad experience. I was bullied for being me. I wasn't wearing the latest sneakers or the latest hairstyles or whatever people, I just was being me, and I love to be a straight A student. It wasn't about being a teacher's pet. It was simply when I go home, my grandmother was raising me. She was illiterate. She could not read. And I
Mhm.
promised her, I'm like, I'm going to read for the both of us. I got this, grandma. I got us. And yeah, ooh, I love it. And yeah, so I learned through that experience that as I got older, that it's okay to be who I am. And even as being a straight woman, people don't like me because I choose me. I choose to be me. And that's
Mhm.
okay. So I don't think it even matters sexuality, straight, gay, bisexual, whatever that is. When you choose to be you, a lot of times people aren't comfortable with themselves. So when they come across your energy and your vibes and your frequency and all that goodness, they're
Right,
like, ew. You know what I
right.
mean? And they always find all of these things. So I commend you,
Thank
King,
you.
my brother, my
Thank you
black
so much.
brother
Listen, yeah.
from Denver.
Yeah.
Yes,
And,
be
and I and
yourself.
I laugh at one of my straight friends cracked me up. He's like, "You are so funny. I can't figure out because you'll be like, just regular dude. Then all of a sudden you're like, yes, bitch, yes, ow. And then you
Ah,
go right back to being regular dude. And then it's just like, what just happened?
so wow, let's talk about your character since we talking.
Yes.
Since we on it, let's talk about Carlton Cruz. That's his name, right? Is that his name? That's his
Carlton
name.
Cruz,
Oh
yeah.
my goodness, Carlton Cruz, Greenleaf. I
Yeah.
watched. I watched a few seasons, and I have to say
Mhm.
that I was very. I love your character, so I want to talk about that. What
Yes.
sort of person do you think, if someone never seen it, what sort of
Mhm.
person do you think that would love this character?
I think anyone who loves a genuine person,
Mm-hmm.
'cause that's the one thing about Carlton is very genuine in who he is and what he's all about. And he stands in that truth of, on his job interviews, like, listen,
She said,
I have
everybody. Okay, cousin.
everybody, you know, I have done that thing of hiding who I am to make other people comfortable. I'm not doing that anymore. He's like, so before you hire me, I just want to tell you, I'm gay. I got a partner. If you hire me on this job, he's going to be coming to church. If that's going to be a problem, I will pack my stuff and keep going. You know,
To the left.
you know what I'm saying? And for Charity to
Whichever
be like,
direction.
that's fine. I just want this.
Mm.
And it's so because it resonated with who Parnell is. Um,
Mm.
although I tell people all the time, well, Carlton's nicer and dresses better, but
That was my second question too. I was gonna ask, like, do you believe that you and Carlton have any similarities in character?
oh, very much so. Mostly everybody who's them is like, oh my God, that's so you. This is you. This is Parnell, is that person. And I'm like, yeah. It says, but um, well, if y'all ain't seen the show now, spoiler alert.
Oh, we get a spoiler alert?
Spoiler alert. Oh no, you haven't seen it yet.
No.
Have you seen season two?
Yes.
Okay, so you saw that part. So when Carlton gets fired, I would have handled that a little less classy.
So you it would have probably been a little different. maybe the
It's a
Marsh.
little different, you know.
Okay, okay. The little
You know,
hood came
because
out in the
they're
DNA.
like, oh, really? That's what we're
Okay.
doing? Okay, now you got a problem with it. Okay, fine. Let me tell you something. They're like, oh, I didn't know Parnell would act like that. It's like, well, you pissed me off now. Damn it.
That's it. Out of here. That is so funny. Tell me what is some of the things that you absolutely love about it, your character?
What I loved about it, one is that whole thing of the genuine friendship between Carlton and Charity. You know, I think
Oh,
that was such an important thing because we see, you know, gay guys always talk about, you know, every straight woman needs her gay friend. You know, you need that gay friend
I
who,
honestly,
who
yeah, I used to have a guy. I used to be like, is he gay? I want him to do my makeup. Yeah, because they're gonna give you that honest. I feel like you give that honesty that the girl wants to hear, girl, and he can also give you that advice on the
right,
opposite sex because he is a male.
right,
You know what I mean? It's
right.
so many great attributes to it. So yeah, I do agree with that.
It's a whole thing that goes on because when you look at um, that whole thing of with Carlton and Charity, their friendship was that whole thing like, okay, I can be honest because our friendship is not based on any sort of sexual tension that's there. You ain't interested in me, I'm not interested in you. We're just
Exactly.
friends. And we just love this music together. And you know, so when Kevin's character was struggling with his sexuality, you know, I kept getting those, oh, Carlton knows he's gay. I'm like, Carlton is not paying Kevin any mind. When
No.
he and Charity see each other, everybody else disappears because they are just all up in their friendship. It's kind of like, hey, Kevin, okay, so Charity, blah, 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 blah. And Kevin just like, well,
Uh-oh.
all right,
I was into it like, yeah, exactly.
you know. And it was just that interesting dynamic of that. And then this whole thing, what I really appreciated when they introduced Carlton's husband Reggie in the second season. The whole time when I saw, I was like, please don't be black, please don't be black, please let him be black, please don't be black. Because that's so often when if we see a black gay character, he's rarely partnered with a black partner. The partner's
Mm-hmm.
always white or Asian or Latino, and that's wonderful and it's great.
Mm-hmm.
However, we also most of the black gay men I know have black partners. And it
Mm-hmm.
was important that that be represented, that that is black love too.
Yes, because you're
And
telling a story.
we're telling a story. So I wanted that to be seen. And it was so wonderful when Grace comes to talk to Carlton about being fired. That's the, you know, and we're working on our muscle car. You know, I was like, yes, thank you for not having us baking or working in the garden or something like that. I was like, there are a lot of gay men who know how to fix cars. You know, my best friend laughed and he's like,
That is so funny.
when you rolled out from under that car, I'm like, he don't know nothing. He don't know his way around the car. I'm like, yes, I do. They say, yeah, you know how to walk around the car. I'm like, no, I know how to fix stuff on my car. I may not have been under the car, that kind of stuff I don't mess with, but you know, I know how to do
You
some stuff.
you know how to do an oil change?
You know, I do. I've never done one, but
Uh-huh.
I'm like, oh, okay, you know, you take the oil pan off, you do all that stuff. And I'm like, mostly because I'm still a little boy. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get dirty doing that.
Very. And the oil does not come off. That black stuff,
Yeah,
whatever that is. Like
yeah.
even when you put your hand under the water with the soap, it does not come off.
I'm a little bougie on that. I'm like, no, I'll pay somebody to do it.
Right. Exactly. It don't well, I mean, I think everyone has a role to play, right? Like
Yes,
there's
exactly.
somebody
I'm stimulating the economy by paying someone else to do.
exactly. I don't
But I do like to work with my hands.
uh-huh.
Like, I'm one of those people who, whether it's IKEA or whatever, or you order stuff, I
You can
like putting
do
my hands
that.
in it. Oh, I
See,
love doing
I
that.
can't do it.
Oh, I love it.
No, because I'll have the leg going the wrong way. I'm like, A to B, what? Where
Uh,
does this screw go? I don't get it. No, I get frustrated. And plus I don't have much patience when it comes to things like that. So nope, nope. Kudos to you though. I love IKEA. I can spend hours in there.
you know, and it's one of those things where I have to go specifically wanting something.
No, they're
I
not my
can't go
sponsor. I just love the store.
Mhm. I tell people all the time, like even going to Target, Target is the devil because
Target.
I go in there saying, okay, I'm just gonna get me a pair of socks and I'm out. And an hour and a half later, I walk out of there with an ice cream machine, some new
Everything.
shoes, and those pair of socks. I'm like, now how did I go from spending $10 to 150?
How does that work? How does that happen?
You know, because well, it's only $12. Well, it's only $5. Oh
Oh
shoot,
my
that's
goodness.
no problem. And I'm like going, oh, okay, that credit card just went up again. Let me
You're
pay that
like,
bill.
all right,
Mhm.
it's
But
time. Look,
what I loved about Carlton in particular is that a lot of people kept saying that Carlton was like this ray of light in the show,
yes,
because the Greenleafs were going through it.
it illuminate.
Yeah,
He
so when
illuminated. I mean, he's
yeah,
a person. Yes,
Right.
that's true.
And it's funny because Carlton and Reggie's relationship was the only stable one on that show.
Hmm.
Only stable relationship. And it's kind of like, Charity and Kevin going through it, the Bishop and Lady Mayor going through it,
Just a total
Carissa
mayhem.
going
It was a
through it.
lot of
Everybody's
drama.
having these issues. And Reggie's like going, baby, what you want to do? Do you want to sue them too, or you'll be good? And he's like, do you want to go back? I'm like, yeah, I want to go back. All right, baby, and then that's what we're gonna do. And I'm just like,
Mm,
yes, yes. Thank you for showing that because I didn't want him. I said,
I'll
please
give you
don't.
that.
And, like, people kept joking, oh yeah, Carlton and Kevin gonna get together. I'm like, no, no, absolutely not. No, I do not want him to be some messy queen
I
messing up
did.
people.
I did
Like, oh,
think.
my brother's on here. Stop
Yeah.
it.
Look, you brought out everybody. Yes. See, on the Martin Luther King Jr. Day, I was like, nobody's gonna come on because they're gonna be, but actually we are now in quarantine. A lot of us should be anyway. We should be staying safe unless we're going out and then you come back in. We should definitely be staying safe. But we brought them out and you brought them out. Wow. Thank you guys. I want to take a moment and just say hello to everyone. I don't want I see you guys. I really do. PK Entertainment, Dr. Rahi Fernando, he's an amazing doctor. Fashion, he's a fashion designer. Amazing. He makes these masks and he gives them out to the families that cannot afford to get the mask. So he's keeping us safe. He was on the show as well. So hello, Dr. Rahi Fernando. I see you. Glamel, hello. Oh, I got a shout out to my sponsor. Did you see your card?
I did. Thank you so
Before
much.
before I continue on with this, because I want to talk about some amazing things before we get off of here. But yes, so shout out to 10K Cards if he is still on here, because usually the CEO, he's usually on here. What this is a digital business card. It gives it away. In your realm of entertainment, I would definitely say your supporters, your fans, whatever you call it, because everyone has their own name to that. But all of the masses that you have, it actually turns into a QR code. You should see the link. When you play around with it, it becomes like your own app. Like my face is under Netflix on my phone, right? Like that. So it's so cool. It has your Instagram, your Twitter, your LinkedIn, if there's a website, YouTube, all of this in one place. And now with the social distancing, I have to send you a QR code. Now with the social distancing, you just take the QR code and scan it and it goes right to their phone. And it's like, catch you later. Keep up with what, yeah, you want to find out about that? Just scan the QR code. So shout out to the 10K Cards. I give this to every special guest because I really honestly appreciate your gift of time. We appreciate your gift of time because this is something, you're giving us something that we're going to be able to take along on our journey, because I'm going to be talking about this forever, right? But you're giving us some time that you can't even get back. This is amazing. So I want to make sure that I want to let you know that I really value and I'm so grateful for this opportunity to have this conversation with you. Let's talk about this.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. So tell me about this. Production team for Adversity was a web series.
Yeah, Adversity, the web series. My friend Tamara Yardan was putting this series together, and originally he wanted me to play one of the characters, but he was like, "Oh, well, he's too busy doing, Greenleaf, so he's not going to want to do it." I'm like, "Wait a minute."
So the Greenleaf is going to be, that's it, and it's like he's not doing nothing else. It is big though. I mean, that's pretty big.
That's how it goes. But I was just like, he said, "Well, would you be interested in coming on the production side?" I'm like, "Yeah." And you know, I'm one of those folks, you know, even though they say, you know, don't put your own money into producing something, but I'm like, if I'm going to back something, I'm going to risk
You're
financially
going
as well.
to
You know,
invest.
I want some skin
Yes.
in the game,
Okay.
you
Yes.
know. So I, you know, I gave some money. He's like, oh, you didn't have to give me money. I said, yes, I did. Because if I'm going to
Oh,
be involved in it, I'm putting my money in here. I'm gonna show up on set. I will help go, you know, go run and go get the lunch. So we got that. You
I
know, I did my
love
part.
it.
And I was so happy because oh my gosh, Enrico's last name is going out of my head right now. Um,
It's my vibes because my vibes is I'm all over the place. You caught some of it.
it happens after 50. After 50.
Oh, it does.
Um,
Oh, I'm not there yet. I got the
you just
early
can't
part
forget.
of it.
Enrico Colantoni. Yeah,
Okay. All right.
you know, or Veronica Mars' daddy. Um,
Okay.
you know, he stars as the boss, and it's this advertising agency that is mostly people of color who have to deal with a white boss who's a little racially insensitive.
Just a little.
Yeah, so that's that adversity
Okay.
in there. And you know, and we filmed, I forget how many episodes. I think there were 8 episodes that we did, and it was entered into the New York City TV Film Festival, and we've been nominated. We've got 2 nominations, one for Best Director and another for Best TV Series.
I
So
love that. Congratulations. When I seen that, I was like, let me make sure I write that down because I definitely have to bring that up because that is absolutely phenomenal. Congratulations to you and the team. To me, is it Tamir Films? Tamir Films? Am I
yes,
pronouncing it right? Okay.
mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations to you guys. That is an
Mm-hmm.
absolute, that's amazing. A web
Yes.
series.
And today I forgot another thing that's now because I'm doing stuff out here, y'all.
Okay. He
Uh,
working.
our part of Progressive Theater, our film The Gospel at Colonus has been released today. And so it was just like I was happy to be part of that production team. Again, putting my dollars in. You know.
Yes, there you go. ROI.
Yeah.
You're gonna get a crazy ROI on that. And I'm not
I
even
love it.
talking about coins. It's the people that are gonna be able to, see this and experience this. How are they gonna see it? Virtually?
Well, if you go, yes, you definitely go to progressivetheater.com
I'm gonna write that
backslash
down.
stream.
And could you make sure that you DM me that link too so that I can put it on YouTube and all my sites and all over the place so that
Oh, see, I
people
love
so we can check it out. I would absolutely love that. Wow. That's amazing. Yeah, you're
I
working
gotta
out
give a
here.
shout out I gotta give a shout out to Gregory Omar Osborne, who was the impetus behind this, putting this together. I mean, he's definitely taken that mindset of like, I'm not gonna ask for somebody else to give me a seat at the table. I'm gonna make my own table.
You
So
have
he
to
pulled
do that.
a group of black artists together. Like, listen, you guys, I need y'all to help me, you know, invest in this film so that we can get the Gospel at Colonus out in a film version. You know, people have seen the play before, the musical before,
Hmm.
but nobody's done a film version of it before. So we're like, yeah, we're gonna do a film version of it. It's gonna be, financed by black folks, produced by black folks, put out so black folks can see it.
Wow. When creative minds come together,
Yeah, yeah.
talk
So
about something amazing. Wow,
yeah.
that's great. All during the quarantine.
All during quarantine, yeah, it was a crazy thing because we shot it in October,
Hmm.
and it's like, hey, it just timed out that all the post production stuff worked out for MLK weekend. Like perfect time to release it and get it out there so that people can see it and support it. So y'all go on to progressivetheater.com/stream so brothers and sisters can get their money back.
Yes. Come on and come one and come all right now because you're not doing nothing and you at home. Everybody
You
is
know,
at home. You might as
watch the
well
movie.
tune in, right?
Yeah, right. And that's what it is. It's like you got to start making your own opportunities. You can't wait for other people to give you the okay.
No, you
And
can't.
for me, last year, I finally started my LLC, Persnickety Demands Enterprises,
Okay.
and so the Gospel at Colonus is the first thing that I produced under my business.
No
You know,
way. I just wanna. I wish I had some balloons to release because this is a. But that's okay because this is a cool background right here. We are shining. We are in the stars. We are celebrating. This is like a New Year's celebration right here on Martin Luther King Day. Wow, that's amazing! Congratulations! Wow, I thought that the film festival was a big thing, but then you came with something else.
I haven't
Wow.
you know about yet.
Yes, wow. So progressivetheater.com
Stream.
/ stream. I wish I could put that on there, but it would take me absolutely forever. Wow. Oh, someone asked a question, where are you located? In LA.
I'm an LA boy. I've been in Los Angeles since 1988. Yeah, I came right after I graduated from college. I had come out to visit with a friend of mine from college, him and his mom. We all drove out here, stayed out for like spring break.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, okay, let me see if I like it like I think I'm going to like it. I
Just
did. And after graduation, I spent the summer working. And that fall, I moved to LA and I've been here ever since.
Oh my goodness. I love LA. Like every year I come for my birthday is February 5th, by the way. And yeah, I'm Aquarius. I don't know what that means, but that's what I am. And I come to California and that was for me, January, February, March. Let's see. I don't know what came first because I can't even remember now. From 2020, I went home to Cleveland to visit. This is my travel schedule, literally. I went home to Cleveland to visit. I was in LA for Oscar weekend. I had a freaking amazing time. Oh my God. Gala parties, music studio with the producers all night long, just creating, like listening to them create. I was just sitting there, just enjoying the vibes. And then I think March, I went to Kansas. I co-hosted an event with an amazing rapper from Cash Money. That was pretty cool because I just like to jump out of the window and do cool things that's fun. And then everything shut down. So, but I love Cali. It's great vibes. The people are absolutely amazing. And I love my friends there because it's like you have an idea and they're like, well, let's figure out how we're going to do that. When do you want to do it? When do you want to start that? I think that's amazing. You want me to be a part of that? You want me to help you with that shirt? That's the kind of vibes I get. So I love that. Oh my goodness, you've been here since '88. That's great.
And I've met so many wonderful people. You know, LA gets the bad rap of being, oh, everybody's so fake and blah blah blah.
Really? I don't feel that.
And you know, and yes, we do have our share of fakes, but you know,
but don't
I'm like,
everybody?
everybody does. When it really comes down to it, everybody does.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm like, I've met plenty of people all over the country.
All over and outside of the country. What's your perception? Is that what you're looking for? Because it's Hollywood, you know, because sometimes you can see things if you're perceiving it to be. So whatever that is, that's what you're going to attract and you're going to see more of that, I guess. I don't know. But I don't see that. I see beautiful palm trees. I see amazing, supportive friends. I see good vibes, great energies, some great restaurants and food. That's what I see. I mean, if there's faith, then that's just, I mean, I don't know. Because when you start doing that, then you're placing judgment on yourself. And I don't like to do that. So, yeah, when you calling people, I had to tell my son that earlier. I'm like, if you calling him that, then what makes you?
Right.
You know what I mean? Is that what you see? Because I absolutely love people that see the beautiful aspects of me. When they say that to me, I'm like, you're beautiful. You're an amazing person. Because if you say that to me, you got to see that in yourself. You can't see something in someone else if you don't have it within yourself. That's amazing.
That's what they say. Our friends and stuff that we choose are basically reflections of who we are.
Yes. Yes.
So it's like, oh, I got these wonderful friends, you know, that, you know, as competitive as the entertainment industry can be.
Of course.
I have a lot of friends who, you know, even though we're up for the same part a lot of times, when one of us gets it, we're like, I want to be mad at you because I wanted that part, but it's you. So I'm so happy for you because I know how hard you've been working to get there. And it's that whole thing, what's for you is for you.
That's it.
Wasn't my part.
That's
you know,
it.
A couple of my friends were up for Carlton, you know, and you know, it was just kind of like, oh, I wanted that part so bad. But when I saw you, I was just like, okay. But that's Parnell. That character, that is Parnell, so that's his role. run with it, baby. Go do it.
And you definitely ran with it, and you did that thing. The
Oh, and that's it.
choir
Oh,
director,
yes, I have to give out a shout
please
to
do.
my Colgate sister,
Okay.
Shantae Gibson, Queen G Lab Extension.
Yes.
So that we can
Yes.
have this conversation. Thank you, Colgate sis.
Oh, thank you, Queen. I absolutely, that's my friend. I don't know if she told
Yes.
you that, but that is my friend, and she was on here too. We had a conversation. She was like, "It's so funny how we like interview each other every now and then. It's like literally, I'm like, I'm on Facebook Live. You want to come on now?" And she's like, "Yeah!" And she got that big smile, and I'm like, "Oh, she's so beautiful," and I'm absolutely. Oh, I'm glad you brought that up because I wasn't sure if I was supposed to say that or not. It's really iffy when you dropping names and stuff. Like they brought him on, but you said it, so it's okay. Thank you.
And that's the
Oh, it froze.
amazing thing. Oh, what's going on, Signal?
I know, like, hello, tap, tap.
So we
Okay, we're
talking.
back.
Okay.
We're trying to get this in. Yeah.
Throughout my life experiences, the things that I've done and the people that I've gotten a chance to meet, and I say stuff, and I'm just like, I'm not dropping names, but it's like I mention the people that I've met and worked with because out of gratitude.
Me too.
I never thought that I would, meet these folks and that they would actually know who I am, or be happy to see me, because so many times folks are like going, "Oh yeah, I know so and so." Like who? But no, like the people that I talk about when I say, "Oh, I know so and so," I really know them. I know who I am. I've worked with them or I've helped them with something, or we just see each other so often, that it's like, I go somewhere, and I'll see example, like I'll run into Glenn Turman somewhere, like, "Hey, what's up, brother?" And I'm just like going, "He remembers me?"
Like, wow. I've had feelings like that. I'm like,
and being on the road with Mary Wilson for almost 30 years, traveling all over the world performing and meeting so many of the legends in this industry. I mean, the Motown legends. I got to meet Charlie Atkins.
That is amazing.
I got to meet Jack the Rapper before he passed. All these. I got to be on
Wow.
stage with the Temptations and the Four Tops and the Commodores and Martha and the Vandellas and and the Coasters and all these names and that I'm just like, oh my gosh. And they, I'm not. I went from being, "Oh, he's that boy that sings with Mary," to like, "Oh, hey, Parnell." And we used to run into.
I'm like, the Commodores.
Right, and I would, my friend Edward was working with Nancy Wilson, so Nancy and Mary would be talking, and Edward and I would be having our conversation. "Hey, Edward Roebuck," and Nancy Wilson and Lou Rawls came to see us performing at Caesar's Palace, and I'm just like, "Hey," and Nancy goes, "Oh, hey, Parnell," and I was like, "Ah, Nancy Wilson knows my name."
Like, no way. That's a beautiful feeling because this is a process. This is a process. I was watching, and I usually don't do that because I just like to have a genuine conversation and learn you on my own. But I just had to make sure that I was pronouncing your name right. I didn't want to butcher it. So I was watching one of the interviews, and you said something about how it took like 28 years to get to that point. And that's the thing that people don't see is that process of becoming. We're always becoming. I think we're always going to become until we take that transition. But it's really truly a process. And when you think about that process, I had to say, thank you for saying yes to me, or thank you for supporting me, or thank you for believing in me, or I see that gem that you dropped. I really appreciate that. So when I drop a name, I agree with you. It's definitely the gratitude because I think about the process, the tears, the late nights, the long, oh my God, the taking the trains and the subways in New York City by myself at nighttime. I think about that in my journey. So I definitely get that. I've been on Clubhouse lately for the past couple of days. I'm new to it, but I think I got my pitch down. And I know they're like, this girl is dropping all these names, but it's like all of those names, I felt like believed in me to get me to this point. All of those names are there and available for me when sometimes I feel like I can't. I do have moments where I'm like, this is it, I'm done. And they're like, Chantel, get it together. You got this, and I'm like, okay. You
but
got to
you
have
know who
that
you are.
drive, you know?
Yeah,
So
you've done the work to meet
say
those
the
people.
name, say the name, because at the end of the day, we're all going in the ground somewhere.
Right, right.
This is not forever. So say the name and say it loud. What?
Yes.
So we're getting close to the end. Did we miss
I
anything?
know.
I know this is,
Um,
isn't it crazy? Like the how fast that hour go by?
yeah, it's just like, man, already?
Yep,
We just
yep, yep. I
minutes.
had to thank God I have the iPad sitting here dinging, dinging all over the
Okay.
place. But
I'm
yeah,
sitting at my computer going like, okay, how much time we got? Okay, I got 2 minutes.
oh,
I got
trust
to give
me,
a shout
I'm
out
always on it. Go ahead,
to,
shout out.
my theater company, Celebration Theater here in LA. We just had an amazing weekend retreat for our company where we just all talked about how we could be better at being at presenting more diverse stories. Stories that
Beautiful.
deal with race that aren't just about black and white, because there are Latinos and Asians and
All
other
different
folks.
kinds of cultures.
Yeah,
It's
that need to be.
humanity.
Yes, exactly. So that
Hmm.
watch the report that. And to my family at Youth Drama Theater. I'm on the board of directors for Youth Drama Theater here in LA. So we're trying to educate the next generation of artists on how to be an effective and talented performer. So I love to all of those folks that be keeping busy doing stuff.
Yeah, I don't want to say work-life balance because it's not work. It's creative life balance. Creativity life balance. There we go.
Yeah.
Creativity life
Yeah.
balance. Ah, I love it. Creativity life balance. I'll write that down. Wow. Wow. That is absolutely amazing. Please say the website again, just in case someone may have missed it. Please, I want you guys to go and check this out.
ProgressiveTheater.com
Becky.
/stream.
Stream. Oh, that's the part I missed. Stream.
Get the gospel at
I got
Columbus.
it.
Yeah.
I
And
got
y'all
it.
can still watch Greenleaf on Netflix because my bank account still likes when money comes into it.
I mean, I don't think that could ever, be too much of that. We want several streams of income. Let it rain.
Yeah.
On my sweater it says thriving. I don't even want to say the rest of it, but it says thriving in a toxic world because of my background. It was always surviving and surviving to get to the next day. And I don't want to live like that anymore. I want to thrive through whatever it is that I go through. That's the word. That is the word. So at the end of every show, this is amazing that we're really at the end. I really can't believe this. At the end of every show, I always ask the guests if you could just give one word or a sentence, something that can inspire or motivate us as we continue to move forward.
I guess my personal motto for me is it's not my job to make you comfortable with my life.
It's not my job to make you comfortable with my life. I absolutely love it. Thank you, Parnell. I really, really, really appreciate it. Love, light, and energy to you. Much success as you continue to create all of these amazing things under your new LLC. You see that? LLC. And oh my goodness, I'm gonna stay in touch and tuned and see what's going on over there in LA with you. I'm definitely gonna do that. Thank you.
Thank
Bye,
you so much,
everybody. And thank you for the donations. And thank you to my sponsor, 10K Cards. Bye, everybody. We should have music going on as we go out, right? Hey, 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 hey.